Not our ways. Thank you for inviting me to speak on women and mental health. I don't actually know how I ventured into mental health myself. I qualified as an accountant with flying colors, 2004, graduated, and I decided, whoop, I'm going to England. The reason why I'm saying this, I love young girls. I want you to listen properly and understand God's ways are not our ways. The reason why I'm saying God's ways are not our ways on girls, because we've heard about 4 deaths. It's very painful. Here in Bristol, 4 deaths on students going onto the suspension bridge and throwing themselves down. This is last year, 2017. And those girls are not even English. 2 Nigerians, 1 Zimbabwean, 1 Ethiopian. So God's ways are not our ways. When I qualified as an accountant, I came here, I loved accounts. I loved anything to do with economics and accounts. When I came into this country, I then decided, I worked for 6 months as a stock controller somewhere else. And whoops, I ended up in mental health. This is 1998. So I've been a mental health nurse I trained as a mental health nurse. Then I worked for 7 years as a mental health nurse. Then I decided I was going to do forensic practitioner. Went back to university, then I trained to do that. Went to work in prisons. Whilst I'm working in the prisons, it didn't do me well. So I decided, whoops, I'm coming out again. So life is not what we want, it's what God plans for us. Women, you're looking so beautiful tonight. I'm going to talk about what is mental health. Has anybody suffered mental health before? Anyone? I'm one of them. Anyone suffered mental health before? It's a scary word, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. Mental health includes our emotions, psychological, and social well-being. Stress is part of mental health. Does anybody know? Yes, lots of us have suffered mental health. It affects how we think, how we feel, how we act. It also determines how we handle stress and make choices. Some of us, we've made loads of choices that we sit down all the time. We've made it maybe 15 years ago, 20 years ago, but we've sat down. Now when we're reviewing it, we're thinking, did I just do that? Sometimes we tend to talk to our husbands in the house or talk to our children, and we don't even know what we are saying. We just go. Then you sit down after 10 minutes, oh God, did I say that? But of course, you can't say to your children, sorry, I've been wrong. Lots of us, we got this pride that we can't go and sit down and say, oh, sorry. Women are more likely to have been treated with mental health. 29% of women suffers from mental health than the 70% of men. Mostly with our own culture, in this country we've seen lots of people suffering from mental health, and most of them who suffers are actually from outside the country, from African countries. And most people who suffer from mental health, they're actually suffering from depression, anxiety, and isolation. These are 3 things that most African women suffer from. Yeah, there are loads of type of mental health that people are suffering from. in this country, but mostly African women suffer from isolation, depression, physical abuse, sexual abuse. Now I'm going to talk about the cause. Before I talk about the cause, let me talk about, I've just been reading the Bible, and I find a very good verse. Yeah? My grandmother used to say to us, just before we get married, she will sit us down, she will say, do you know the man is the head of the house, but the woman is the neck. Anytime the neck decides to turn like this, it also turns the head. Proverbs 3 verse 18. She is a tree of life to those who lay hold of her. Those who hold her just fast are called blessed. Tree. Verse 18. Tree. Women, we are tree. The tree has got lots of branches, isn't it? When these branches come, when the tree dries up, the branches also fall, the leaves fall, the branches fall. So we are the ones who are holding our families. So it's good to have a good mental state. Women mostly are exposed to poor mental health because of poverty. We came into this country, we've got other qualifications, you can't find a job, and then we decide to venture into something else that doesn't give us money, and then we end up depressed. We end up, whilst we're depressed, we end up also putting pressure on children. Because when I'm not happy in the house, no one is happy. That's what we do, isn't it? When I'm not happy, no one is happy. Because if I say, hey, everybody keeps quiet like this. Oh, she's not in it. And it's like something that women we are happy about. If I'm not happy in that house, hey, they'll see me. They'll know my father was a lion. That's mental health. Because anything that stresses you, it's mental health. And that mental health, when you've got that kind of mental health, you need to sort. At home, we sought advice from our grandmothers, from our aunties, because of that kind of mental health. Because when you're doing that, you're also stressing the children. These children suffer from post-traumatic disorders. You hear some children say, yeah, my mom didn't used to be good. She used to shout every time. She shouted every time. So I was close to my dad because I couldn't cope with it. So we need help. We need friends to talk to. We need good friends, not just friends. Because there are some friends that you sit down with and say, okay, this is what is happening, this, that. The minute you finish, instead of that person to pray with you, that person to give you sound advice, they're just waiting for you to step out of the door. Hey, hello, this is it. She don't finish now. You need a good friend to talk to. You need advice. There's here in Bristol, there's Mind. Has anybody heard about Mind? You can actually phone them. You don't have to see them. You don't have to talk to invite them to your house. You can actually talk to them on the phone. So they hear you. They listen to you. It's good to be for somebody to listen to you, you know. You feel supported. You feel helped. Traditional roles. We need to understand that our traditional roles, we need to remain with our culture, I understand that. But if we bring our traditional roles whereby you're doing everything, this country is so busy and this country is so stressful without no family, nobody. We need to plan what to do every day. What we used to do at home is totally different. Now women, I'm not saying disrespect your husbands. At home, for example, myself, at home I wasn't working. And I was quite happy not to be working because I will be spending my whole time. Get the driver, take me there, take me there, take me there, and then I'll come home, I'll sit. I will now say, Sissy Chipo, what did you cook? There's nothing like that in here. Don't overwork yourselves. Because overworking yourself gives you stress, you know. When it gives you stress, you are now stressed out. You're not thinking properly. You've got children to pick up from school, meaning you're not going to sit. After work, you're just going to be doing all up, down, up, down, up, down. Then you sit down. You now start to complain. This man is not doing anything here. Leading to also problems in the marriages. You need to plan your things properly. You need help. You sit down with your husband. Love, can you just give me a hand with this? I'm overworked. I'm stressed. I don't think any man would say no. Of course, some of them, about 2, 3 will say no. Yeah, they will. They will tell you I'm African man, can't do that. If somebody says no, your husband says no, then just relax. Nobody is going to sue you for not washing 3 dishes. Relax. Have a bad sleep.
Yeah.
Have your own time for yourself, not with the children. I don't mean going out and whatever. I'm saying have a walk. 30 minutes of just forget the husband, forget the children. Just say, my dear, here are the children, I'm going out, I'll be back. It helps. It releases chemicals in the brain that makes you happy. Do you know that exercise is good? You need that. I'm not going into deep mental health because I know people will not understand much. I'm going to talk about just general things. General things. Isolation. When I say isolation, I don't mean you are totally isolated. I'm talking of having time for yourself and your friends. Good friends, of course. Not friends that will give you mental issues. Yeah, there are some friends that I don't know why we keep these friends. I don't know why we keep these friends. There are friends that will actually give us mental issues.
It's true.
The other day I went into this house. We were assessing this person. So I went on the door. It's written, do not bring me problems. Bring me solutions. So I kept looking at that on the door and I'm thinking, So I now say hello. Of course, the guy knows us. We've moved him. We've been with him since he was in jail, up into the community and all sorts. So I said, nice house you've got. Do you like it? Yes, but I'm just beginning to hate it because my friend this, my friend that. So I said, oh, yeah, I think you need to find new friends if you're not happy. Okay, when you see that sign, I've put it for my friends. All the time they come, they give me problems. So I've put it so that I get solution there. When they come, they bring me solution rather than bring me problems. So we need good friends. We need to walk. Have a walk. When you've done too much things, have a walk. Children must go to bed. Yeah, with them from 9 in the morning until midnight. What are they doing still midnight? Because that depression, you get yourself depressed, because the more you're stressed, the more you're running about and everything brings in depression. That's when we get all this medication that we don't really need to have. That's when we start this blaming culture. Yeah, this man is not helping me. Today I'm talking about women, I'm not talking of men, so I'm focusing on women. This man is not helping me. He does this, he does that, he does this. And then you go and be shouting at the husband there or whoever is there. And the person is not even answering you, they're just looking at you like this. And then you turn around and he gone crazy. Not even answering, he is not answering. It's you who've gone crazy. You need time for yourself. We need time for ourselves. Children need to go to bed on time. Go to bed on time, children. So that your moms will have time for themselves. You can just sit down 30 minutes on your own. You don't need a husband there to sit with you. Because you're going to talk of finance. You're going to talk of something else. The children have gone to bed. You are now left with this man. This man is telling you, I think I've used that money, so we need to. And then your brain is on again. So you need time with yourself, with that husband. Let them have time to themselves. Watch football and all that. Just sit somewhere quietly. Breathe in. Breathe in. Go and have your nails done. We work hard. I know we wasting finance, right? But we work hard. Just 10 pounds. Do your nails. Get some fresh air somewhere. Forget the family. For half an hour, forget them. Because they know you are there for them. Your brain needs to cut off. That's what you need so that you don't get depressed. Work. Now I've had problems with lots of people, which is the reason why I come out of management and do my own thing. I've had lots of problems with African, both men and males, but today we are on both females and males. But today we are on females. People will come to work, yeah? They will be working somewhere else during the night. 9 to 9. 9 to 7 in the morning. From that place, straight to another job. Why do you do that? And then, do you know what happened? You don't need to do that. Because the taxman will get your 40%. Just do your own job, one job. Let them get their 25% or 20%. You work hard, you got no time for children. You're coming from another job, you're going to another job, and then in the night you decide, hey, let me go see those people now. Hey, I miss them. You miss them where? And then you go home, you see your children's faces, and you sleep. You see your husband's face, you sleep. And then you're now giving these pastors stress by going to the pastor and say, yeah, pastor, my husband is seeing another woman in this church. Yeah, that's what we go. We run to the pastors. We don't tell them what we've been doing before there. We don't have time for these husbands. We don't have time for the kids. We are doing up, down, cross country. We are in England. Pound. We then go to the pastor and say, yeah, this man is having an affair with that sister over there. Why can't we tell them we've been working? We haven't got no time for these people. This is this is the result. You need time with your family. Because when you don't have time with your family, you don't know what your children are doing, do you? Lots of children have suffered sexual abuse. Lots of children have suffered physical abuse. We need to take care of these children because these children are futures of tomorrow. If we are not close to these children, they will never tell us what's happening. We had a case that we've been sorting out of a girl who's been abused, sexually abused, sexual abuse, sexual abuse. Mom comes from work, are you okay? Yes, 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 yes. Is everything okay? Because you're not so close to your children, they don't tell you anything. These children, they are so clever. They know the minute they say, Mom, you're going to say, what? What is it? Who sent you? You need time to your children. You need to sit with your children. Because lots of children are going through lots of sexual abuse and nothing. Thank you. Okay, rounding up. We need to have time for ourselves. If we've got any problems, any mental health problems, as I told you, we all suffer from mental health problems. But it's just a scary word. People, they don't want to admit that they've suffered stress, they've suffered anxiety, they've suffered depression. We all need to stay healthy. Good dieting helps with our brain as well. Yeah, all these sticky rice, they do our brain as well. We need healthy food. We need to have time for ourselves. We need good friends. Above all, we've got mind. You feel like you're not feeling well, you phone mind. Mind is there for people. You don't have to see them, they don't have to see you, you don't have to tell them your name. I can actually phone them and say, hi, I'm John. They'll say, welcome, John. So we need help. For us, a woman is a tree. But when you've got mental health now, mental issues, the whole tree, you shake all the leaves. Children, relatives, families, husbands. So because of mental health. So we need to take care of ourselves. We need to give time to ourselves. Less work. Yeah, less work. And listen to our children so they don't get abused. Listen to our teenagers. Be close to your teenagers in this country. Be very close. We have another issue where somebody was killed. Yeah, it's still sensitive to talk about it at the moment because it's still under investigation. But be close to your children. See what they are doing. Take time. Yeah, make your head refresh so that you have time for the children and of course your husbands. Yeah, God bless you.